Hello, welcome to Dante 520. My name is Gia Lovelady, Masters of Arts in the Humanities, American Public University. And thank you so much for coming to my presentation. The title of my presentation is Architect Dante Alighieri, editor, writer, and poet of Homer's Odysseus in the Inferno. Before we start, I want to thank Movavi for hosting, or at least I'm using their application for multimedia video editor, because they have a great editor for the video recording purposes where you need the voice to go over. And it's going to, however, cut off after 5 minutes. So we're going to have to go and re-record the second half for a 10-minute recording. All right, we're going to switch screens right now, and we're going to go to a video that I produced, okay, about Dante. And here it is, just the start of it.
Canto 1, The Dark Wood of Error, lines 37 to 39.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. Canto 37 to 39 by Alighieri says, "The time was the beginning of the morning, and up the sun was mounting with those stars that with him were, what time the love divine." Beautiful poetic justice for Dante. And we're also going to talk about, related to right living, the relationship with the supernatural and the depiction of the divine. Okay. Religious and political upheaval ruled the 14th century in Florence, and the Divine Comedy is a long narrative poem of the Inferno, Purgatorio, and Perditio, and the Divine Comedy represents the journey of the soul towards God. Now let's go back to the PowerPoint presentation. Let's do the PDF, and let's go to the next screen, and we'll see that well, we're going to ask the question, Dante uses writing. How does Dante use writing? Dante uses writing as a metaphor to join his poetic act of the process of spiritual reformation. Okay, and don't forget that Dante also was a part of the opposing anti-papacy fraction in Florence in the about 1265, or he was born in 1265, but during his adult lifetime, when he was about 30 years old, he was a part of that. And that was one of the reasons why Dante was exiled from Florence. Now, this is very important to mention, we find that Dante's view of the righteous living is illustrated in two competing fractions within the right living. And what we notice is that the relationship with the supernatural versus the Dante's depiction of the divine is really important, because Dante adopts the philosophy in the relationship with his exile from Florence, and his love of Beatrice produces an anger and resentment, which is illustrated in Dante's unacceptance of Homer and other poets, and then damning them into hell in the Inferno. So that's very important to mention when we try to understand why did Dante write so negatively about Homer, especially Homer and his character Odysseus in the Inferno. All right, so we have a little bit of background about Dante, born May 21st, around that time, to June 20th, 1265. All right, and also, what about the background? Well, born in Florence, of course, he met and fell in love with Beatrice as a child, and she died before a disagreement could be resolved between the two. All right, so wouldn't we also ask a very important question? Why does Dante write so negatively of Homer? Some of the reasons Dante rewrites so negatively of Homer may be due to these elements. Dante is bitter because he's exiled from Florence. Dante, we also mentioned the anti-papacy past. And also there's this Greek and Roman